Hey everybody, welcome back to Heathen Intentions. We'll get some cards out here and get right into it. See what message wants to come through. Oh, all right. So right now somebody is avoiding, they're running from themselves, they're running from all the thoughts that bounce around inside their head. That cycle of thoughts that we can't ever seem to get a grip on. Wow, okay. So we have somebody who is trying to escape themselves, actually. They want to break this cycle. They want to get out of this area that they're stuck in. They want to see things differently. This person's not willing to, they're not willing to do the work. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, on this particular, whatever the big thing is for this person, they're not willing to look at it. They're not willing to experience the situation in any other way. Let's say it that way. This person keeps repeating stories to themselves over and over again. What they're asking you to do here is become the Queen of Swords. We have the Knight and we have the 8. This is the Queen of Swords. Yeah, she seems a little cold, but she also seems certain. She's also willing to look at this situation from a different point of view. We have the Hanged Man that wanted to fall out right here below her. So choosing a new perspective, not one being presented, but choosing to look at something differently, choosing to look at somebody else's side, somebody else's version, the other half of the story, or even the truth. You know, there's sometimes we keep telling ourselves the same stories. We keep replaying the same negative things that have happened in our life, and we don't see past them. We're so busy beating ourselves up because, you know, we already knew this and we already knew that and we should have listened to ourselves and blah, blah, blah. We hold on to those swords and keep stabbing ourselves, and we're not willing to look at what actually happened, look at what you've actually done, look how far you've come out of it. Maybe you've come really far out of it. Maybe you've removed yourself from the situation altogether, you know, physically, but in your head, it's still playing out constantly over and over and over and over. We have the Hierophant here about our lessons. This guy's laughing, and it reminds me of, it's like you listened to your intuition, you did what you had to do, you made all the moves you were supposed to make, and you're not seeing where it's left you in a better place. But that's because you're replaying this old story, this old narrative in your head. You're not giving yourself the second to sit with clarity, to really be true to yourself, be honest with yourself, to really look at how far you've come. Like, list down 5 things that are different now. Make a list of 5 that are better, 5 that are not. But something, you need to do something to bring on this new perspective. Because holding on to these stories is just going to keep you trapped. We have the High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune down here with the Hangman. That's why I stopped shuffling. I was like, wow, somebody is just really stuck right here. Although you've moved on from a situation, although you're a different person now, you changed things, you did all the things you said that you needed to do, maybe you started over, all of this reclaiming your power back. And this person, if you look at this card, I know the lighting sucks. Look, this girl down here on the bottom, she's fine. The reflection up here is what she's seeing. She's seeing herself as bound. She's seeing herself all tied up. Whenever you're in that frequency, that's the frequency you're going to continue to draw in. That's why you're not breaking out of this. I feel like somebody's stuck in depression, but they haven't looked forward in a very long time. Every thought that goes through your head is something about what did happen. Nothing is ever about what could happen. It's all about what did happen. So somebody here needs to get really clear on what did happen. Not with attaching stories, not with making it some big, long, drawn out. I mean, maybe what did happen is simply you gave it a shot, it didn't work, I got out of the situation. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe we're replaying things over and over to our own detriment. Look at this card, how half of it is white and half of it is black. Do you see what's coming off of her? Accepting the good and the bad. Life goes on, the wheel keeps moving. Choosing not all, and the Queen of Pentacles underneath it, new beginnings, new starts. This is the perfect time to do shadow work. It's getting, well, where I live anyway, it's getting colder. People tend to come indoors, you know, read books, watch Netflix, reflect on your life. All I keep feeling is a stuck energy here. And you're causing yourself to be stuck. Choosing to keep this mindset, choosing to replay this situation over and over in your head, choosing to still interact with this person. Yeah, Ace of Wands, High Priestess, Ace of Swords. Look, this is all new. This is all new. This is spirit calling out to somebody to own their shit and stand back up. Sorry, we have the conflict card here. They're like, this is all new. Like, light your light. Listen to yourself. Let the messages come in. Recalculate. Reevaluate. Cut this crap out of your head. Stop trying to rewrite what already happened and start having a forward projection. Instead of this being a reflection of what has happened, you need to project out what it is you want to happen next. You need to recognize your strength. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles coming in. You need to recognize, you need to give yourself credit for being strong enough to do what you did. Because it wasn't easy. The energy that I'm looking at right now, these choices that you made that ended you up where you're at, although it might not be an ideal place. I mean, for some of you, maybe it is. For some of you, you're like, what have I done? Or you wouldn't be looking back at these old energies like they were still something great. Some of you, this is guilt you can't let go of. And I can tell you right now, it's misplaced guilt. It's something that you don't even need to feel guilty for. That's just screaming off of these cards. You didn't do anything wrong. Some of you are feeling accountable for other people's choices, wondering what you could have did differently to make their life better. And their life isn't your problem. I mean, their life isn't your responsibility either. Like, their life, their choices, their mindsets, all on them. Their happiness is all on them. But somebody here made a really hard choice to move forward, and now you've locked yourself up in your own mind where although you made all the right moves, you're still feeling stuck and stagnant. Still feeling disconnected from yourself. Probably still overgiving to this other energy. Somebody here needs to, I keep hearing write it down. I don't know if some of you write, some of you journal. Journaling's always great. Even if you write it down on a piece of paper that you're going to set on fire because you don't want no one else to read it. I keep hearing write it down. Somebody here needs to write down what happened, what you did to get where you're at, what you gave up, what you sacrificed, what you gained, what you have. Like, I think getting it all out on paper is going to give you some kind of visual clarity. I think by the time you're writing it all down, I think that this writing is going to come from your higher self. And by the time you're done writing it all down and you look back at it, you're going to shatter this reflection. That's when you're stepping into this new perspective. That's when you finally start to see things differently and give yourself the credit you deserve. But to get this energy moving, you definitely have to do something different. If you want something to change, you have to change something.